Hello, welcome back. Excuse me there. Hello, welcome back. DJ Vic Vapor with you. And continuing on in the Bitwig Studio 2 Modulators course, we are now taking a look at the key track. Kind of forgot where I was there. Lost track, I guess. So the key track modulator is this guy right here, key track. And it's got some really cool features allowing us to track incoming keys and set those up as modulation sources. So let's take a look at this guy in action. Back to Bitwig. I've got a little Rob Papin Blue 2 open. I've got some delay right here and some reverb. Let's turn these guys off and we'll just hear what the basic sound is. All right, now I'll get these guys back on and we'll get some key track going and see what we can come up with. So on delay, I'm going to open up a little square here, grab the key track, hit OK, and we are going to do the mix. We're going to modulate the mix on the delay. And for here, this is our key track. Let me turn this reverb off. So let's take a look at it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are our key points. So we can go up and down relative to the root, or absolute to the root. I guess relative is going to be more involved with how close we are to the root and how far away with the spread. But on absolute, we can kind of dial in here exactly the keys in the general area that we want being struck as far as modulating. So let's just hit play and I'll goof around and show you what's going on. Keep an eye on the mix every once in a while over here and you'll see how it's being delayed and modified. Essentially when the incoming key hits, depending on if I want a key far away from the root or closer to the root down here at the bottom. Now let's go ahead and assign some reverb to this guy and really get crazy with it. So I will hit the button again over here, and for the reverb, let's just go ahead and do the mix as well. Open that guy wide up there. And now I'm going to go down to the relative. Relative saying the root at 60, how close do we want to be relative to the root? Essentially, if I move over here to the left, I'm all the way closer to the root. I'm further away this way. And then once you get your relative relationship, see where that crossing is, where that white line's coming up? That's my root. Once you get further away and closer, you'll hear the difference. The spread is going to be also how far away we are. Once we're around where we want to be, it's how far away from the root do we want to be. So if you look at this center line, it's pretty much kind of the root. And then here's where you're above. Here's where you're below. And it's just how far below and above you want to go. The root there. So, and then on relative, I'm probably not explaining it well. It makes sense to me in my mind, but sometimes explaining it is a little tricky. But you have the key being struck, which is this line here. And every time it's struck, it's running, you know, with the root here. And then so do I want to be far away from the key being struck, or do I want to be closer to it? My relationship with the key that's being struck right here, it's right there in the center. And then once I've figured out where I want to be with that, and then I can spread further away in the stereo field, I guess, or further away down the keyboard. There's a lot of really cool applications for something like this when you're dealing with some of the other things that have come out or that are part of Bitwig Studio 2. They've got that harmonizer and that quarter effect, audio effect. I think once you start dealing with key tracking in some of those devices, you can get some really unique textures out of your chords. But for the sake of this tutorial, hopefully I've helped you. I probably didn't explain it 100% accurately, but at least you got to kind of see it in action and get an idea of what's going on there. So let's move on in the course and take a look at one of the other modulators, Bitwig Studio 2. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Peace.